Hello YouTube friends, in this video I will share with you my top 10 favorite dramas from 2023. It was really hard to narrow it down to just 10 because there were so many good shows, and I know you'll be missing some, so if your favorite from 2023 isn't on this list, leave your recommendation in the comments so we can all find out. My dearest. This is definitely one of the best historical dramas I have ever seen, and the truth is that it is hard for a historical drama to capture my attention. I have to admit that they are not my favorites, but this one is amazing, the story is wonderful, the characters are captivating, there is an extremely high chemistry between the couple, and the performances are fantastic. The series tells the story of a man with a difficult past, who tries to hide it from people and seems to be an indifferent person, living without caring about others, but in reality, he has a good heart. And one day, he meets a very brave young woman, coming from a noble family, who grew up without problems until the beginning of a war, and they begin to fall in love, but they will face many challenges. Without a doubt, the best historical drama of 2023, if you haven't given it a chance yet, do it because it is definitely worth it. Twinkling Watermelon. This is simply a charming romantic comedy that brings a sweet, lighthearted story, but with very interesting and emotional content. The drama tells the story of a boy from a deaf family who time travels and ends up in the year 1995, becoming a member of his father's band, discovering that he was not always deaf, and that he was actually in love with another girl. His mission will be to play Cupid, while discovering his family's history. I know it sounds cliché, with the old time travel story, but it is much more than it seems. The series has a lot of depth, bringing to light the reflection of why we became who we are today, as well as looking at the people around us. It is truly very engaging, and for those who have not seen it yet, it is recommended. The Good Bad Mother. This is a drama that brings a lot of reflection, and really changes something within you. It has a beautiful story, and characters that we easily become attached to. The plot follows a single mother who came from a rural background and raised a successful lawyer. However, her own desires to have power to protect her son ended up turning her into a strict and cold mother, which drove them apart. When her son goes through a disease that causes him to regress in age, they need to re-evaluate their bonds. It was a drama that made me laugh, cry, root for, and move me, so it couldn't be left out of this list. The Glory. This drama needs no introduction, a truly fascinating plot that will leave you breathless. The series tells the story of a brilliant student who was bullied during her school days, and as an adult seeks revenge against her classmates who publicly humiliated her. It brings to light a serious issue, based on a real character. It is a bit heavier, with an intense narrative, but for those who enjoy this genre, it is worth every second. Moving. I didn't think I would like this because of the slightly different theme from what we usually have in Korean series, but the drama brought charismatic actors and a well-developed story that managed to captivate me. It tells the story of three not-so-common teenagers who have inherited superpowers from their parents, and they try to live their lives pretending to be normal people while understanding their abilities and dealing with them. At first, it may seem like just another cliché superhero story, but it's actually a more complex plot than it appears, going beyond the well-produced action scenes to also explore the sensitive side of human relationships. It was a drama that surprised me a lot, which is why I thought it deserved to be on this list. Behind Your Touch. This drama was actually a big surprise. It didn't promise much but delivered everything. It tells the story of a young veterinarian who, after witnessing a meteor shower, develops a special ability to see people and animals' memories by touching their behinds. After that, she gets involved with a detective and together they start solving a series of crimes. At first, they don't really get along, but as time goes on, they start liking each other and develop romantic feelings. The drama sparked debate even before its release because of the location our character needed to touch, and I think a lot of people watched it out of curiosity regarding this fact. However, the story turned out to be very interesting and original, with humor present throughout the series being one of its highlights. Despite watching it without high expectations, it surprised me a lot. Perfect Marriage Revenge. What a wonderful drama, it has everything in it. Suspense, romance, conflicts, lots of villains and an unbelievable twist that most dramas don't have because they usually bring a nicer protagonist. The story revolves around a talented painter, harmed by her family and betrayed by her greedy husband, who has the chance to go back in time after a fatal accident. Determined to get revenge, she plans a strategic marriage with another man who will help her with her plans, but in the end she truly falls in love with him, and they have a very strong romance. It's a story of revenge and romance, full of twists and family confrontations, that is very dynamic and makes you want to binge watch it. For those who haven't given it a chance yet, I highly recommend it. Love to Hate You. This drama was perfect to watch and extremely captivating. I had already added it to my list because the trailer caught my attention, but I didn't have such high expectations, and it was also a big surprise. It brings a strong and independent female protagonist, without giving up on the humor that is very present, has an incredible cast, and that enjoyable cliché of enemies turning into lovers, and in this series it was very well executed. The story revolves around a determined and feminist lawyer who finds herself confronted with sexism in a predominantly male law firm, and her path crosses with that of a renowned South Korean movie star, known for his romantic roles, but who appears distant from personal relationships. At first, the two don't get along, but as their relationship deepens, a love story marked by challenges emerges. It's a K-drama that really deserves our time, and deserves a spot among the best of 2023. The Worst of Evil. I'll confess I only watched this K-drama to see Ji Chang-wook, our handsome leading man from romantic comedies who is also super versatile in any genre. But what a surprise! The drama not only has a fantastic cast but also a very compelling storyline. It tells the story of a low-ranking police officer who works at a small precinct in the countryside, coming from a troubled family background. He's constantly belittled by his wife's family because of this and due to holding a lower rank than hers. He's offered the opportunity to infiltrate a highly dangerous gang, with the promise that upon completing his mission, he would be promoted to a rank above his wife's. To prove his worth to her family, he accepts the task and faces numerous challenges in dismantling a drug trafficking scheme, dealing with distrust, threatened identity, corrupt cops, and the involvement of his wife, who happens to be the former love interest of the gang's leader. Honestly, I found it to be a really good drama and had to include it on this list. Crash Course in Romance. This is one of those series that initially seems like it might be dull, but ends up being quite good in the end. Of course, I have some reservations, but they didn't hinder my final judgment. It was still a great drama. It's very enjoyable to follow, with no dull moments, just the right amount of humor, and many captivating characters. The story revolves around a strong and determined woman who gives up her career in sports to care for her niece and brother. She struggles to secure a better future for her niece by getting her into a highly competitive prep course, where a well-known professor teaches. In the process, she and this professor get to know each other, and despite their initial disagreements, they grow closer and fall in love. What's great is that it doesn't just focus on the love between the main couple but explores various forms of love within families, among friends, for work, for education, in short, love represented in many ways. It was very enjoyable to watch and that's why it made it onto my list. And these are the 10 dramas that I absolutely loved from 2023. There are many others that I also enjoyed a lot, but there wasn't enough space to include them all, so make sure to share your recommendations in the comments below. I want to take this opportunity to highlight that my content is not generated by artificial intelligence. I simply utilize AI voice, but there is a real person behind the scenes who watches these series personally and carefully curates these recommendations for you. I'm thrilled with the audience interaction on this channel and strive to respond to all comments, so feel free to share your opinions and ask questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And that wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more updates. Here, I bring you the latest news about dramas, actors, reviews, recommendations, and much more. I'll sign off here, sending a big hug to everyone, and until the next video, bye bye.
In the rhythm of a K-drama scene.